Hey guys, I'm at the movie theaters tonight. I'm gonna go see Brightburn. I'm excited about this movie. I've been doing a little reading here and there. It somebody was comparing it to the Miracle Man comic, which I didn't read the article because it's there to start off like, hey, heavy spoilers. So I'm gonna see, I'm gonna watch this movie and then see what how it compares up to Miracle Man, and then maybe read the article later. But that's neither here or there. I know, here's a question you guys are probably asking. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, the beginning of summer, and hey, just as a side note, today's my birthday. Yay! Wish me a happy 50th. But anyways, you guys are probably asking yourself, what am I doing? What are you doing, Scott, not being at the drive-in? Well, the second screen was showing the same movies at the second screen from last week, which was John Wick 3 and also Longshot, which I liked both of those movies, but not for a second viewing. And the first screen was, it was Aladdin and Dumbo. And, man, no, seriously, they couldn't pay me enough to see one of those movies, let alone both of them at the same time. There's no way. I wouldn't say it's exactly hell, but it's on the road to hell. That would be my version of hell right there. And there's no way I'd watch both of those movies. I couldn't do it. I would have to probably run. No. No more. I'm not saying anymore. So tonight's movie is Brightburn. I'm excited about this movie. I'm going to go watch this in just a few seconds. I'm going to be right back to tell you what I think about this dark Superman movie. I'm excited. I'm excited to see I heard rumor I think it's being produced by James Gunn, but he's keeping it in the family, like his brother or somebody related to him is actually directing and wrote the film. So whatever, but I'm excited to see it. So again, just in a few seconds I'll let you know what I think. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Alright, so guys, I just got done watching Brightburn. Let me give a quick synopsis of the movie. It's basically a sociopathic Superboy. In the opening credits, we have, it establishes that there's a young couple who is trying to get pregnant and they can't. And then all of a sudden, we have the spacecraft crash land on Earth. She discovers it. She discovers the baby inside of it, and they decide to raise it as their own. That part parallels what happened in the Superman comics. Where it deviates is what happens afterwards, where 10 years afterwards we get a 12-year-old, kind of like a nerdy, smart kid in class that is being picked on by his fellow students. But they really didn't dwell on that. In fact, they didn't really give us that much of a story at all. And that's where this movie breaks down. We really are not given a reason why he becomes Joe Average kid to Joe Sociopath kid. And we are never given that reason why he becomes like I said, sociopathic Superman. And that movie, it completely fails in giving us any motivation for that whatsoever. It's basically just flipping the switch. We're presented with this young kid who in class is telling us the difference between bees and wasps and establishing that he's a bright kid. He's a smart kid. And all of a sudden, the flip of the switch, and he just starts killing people for close to no reason. Now, we were given a reason for that. There's a scene in the movie where the spacecraft that he landed in, they hide in the barn, is communicating to him, feeding him alien words. And he's repeating these words until he gives us our translation of it, which is take the world. And okay, I can buy that. Maybe that's a reason why he becomes evil. But at the same time, wouldn't it have been more effective if we were given a personal reason why he decided to do this? Like, lean into where the classmates are making fun of him. Lean into his trouble with this girl that he has a crush on. Lean into, like, the uncle who totally doesn't understand how to raise a kid. Lean into these things and give us something sympathetic to understand why he makes the decisions that he does, why he does the really dark and very sociopathic things that he does throughout the movie. But we're never given those reasons. We are basically given one reason, and it's just because he is supposed to take the world. And it really isn't explained, not even vaguely. We just get those, like, that handful of words, and we're supposed to assume because of that, that every decision after that makes sense, and it simply does not. And even if it does, we don't give a crap about it. I'd rather have seen someone that has been, like, I was reading an article before I came in here, and it was basically comparing a comic book called Miracle Man, written by Alan Moore, to this movie right here. And the only thing that has in common with that is there's a scene where young Miracle Man just levels London, and it's just dark. It's really dark, and that's the only comparison. Now, in the comic, we are given really tangible, really good reasons why this character did this. This movie, we did not, and simply we walk away just understanding this is just a simple, dumb horror flick that has a superhero motif to it. There's no explanations. He is just simply the boogeyman after a certain point of the movie, and for that reason, it fails miserably. So I'm gonna give it a 15%. It's not just because I like some of the characters, not even some of the characters. I like Elizabeth Banks. I'm gonna give that movie 15% because of Elizabeth Banks, and she did her best in this movie. She gave it her best performance, even though some of the scenes that she's in are just awful, and some of the decisions that she makes is, like I said, it's a typical horror flick where some of the people are making decisions that you want to yell at the screen and tell them how dumb they're being, because it was dumb. It was just dumb. I did watch the credits. It was produced by James Gunn. It was written, I'm assuming, his brothers, but we all know what happens when we assume. But it did as like Mark Gunn and some other Gunn. So I'm assuming it was his brothers, maybe cousins, whatever, dad, mom, I don't know. But I'm guessing they're related to James Gunn. And that's the only reason this movie was made, because honestly, if it didn't have James Gunn name attached to it, I don't think this movie would have ever seen the light of day. It's just that bad. It's bad. Guys, avoid this movie at all costs. I wouldn't even stream it when it comes on the streaming channels. Avoid it on Prime, Hulu, wherever it lands. Don't watch this. It's just dumb. It's a waste of your time. So that's it. I'm sorry, guys, to see such a bummer and just give you... But I gotta tell the truth. I sat through this movie not from like maybe a half hour into it. I knew it was a lost cause. I was just waiting for the end. It was one of those movies you're just waiting for it to end so you can leave the theater. So that's it. I'm out of here. I wish I could have given you a better review. Well, let's just hope for the future. I know, I think it's June. It might be July, but I'll look up that. But Spider-Man Far and Away is coming out. I'm excited about this movie. As far as I know, it's the only one so far that I'm kind of excited about. I haven't heard any news about any other movies that are coming out this summer. I know of some. I'm not excited about them. How about Men in Black? Guys, tell me what you think about that, because honestly, I'm not excited. Every trailer I see, I just become more and more disenfranchised by it, and I just don't want to see it, although I will. They already have my money. They already do. But I promise that I'll come back. No, if it's good, I'll eat my words, but more than likely, I'll be doing exactly the same thing I'm doing right now, which is trashing the movie. All right, guys. Brightburn, 15%, not worth it. Do not go see it. All right, and I guess I'll talk to you later. Once again, guys, I'm going to wish you guys peace. Peace. Matane. I'll talk to you guys later, and goodbye.